Welcome guys, Larnick96 here, and I'm here to bring you guys another toy review. Now, this is a figure that, surprisingly, I haven't done yet. You'd think I'd have done it already, but I haven't because I'm lazy. So here he is, my favorite kaiju from the Ultra Monster series and all that other stuff. Gomora. This version's from the original Ultraman series. Yeah, this is the Showa form, the new released version. So I'll show you, because here's his card. And there's a picture of the Showa suit, which is, in my opinion, my favorite look of Gomora. Ultraman, Ultra Monster Series number 2. So yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the figure. Now I'll get off on his history. I'm just going to do the original Showa form because he's a really recognizable monster, because he's everybody's favorite. So I'll just do the original Ultraman history. So he appeared in a two-parter, which is pretty cool. He was a monster that was, he was a dinosaur from the dinosaur era, and one of the Science Patrol members, what was his name? Hirashi, was helping a scientist find him. And then they found him in this little rock-like mountain area. And he came out of the rocks and just fell down and slept because of being in the rocks for so long. So then eventually they wanted to take him back to the fair, the World Fair, which was the whole main purpose. So they shot him with these little anesthetics, which knocked him out for a few hours while they were flying him to Japan. But then all of a sudden he was starting to go crazy. So they dropped him, they were shooting him, and he got away eventually. So that warned everybody in the area. I believe it was in Osaka, because there's a Osaka castle, so yeah. And eventually he came out in this construction area and was destroying everything. And then Ultraman appeared. And this monster, Gomora, what got most people to be surprised by him is he's the first monster to actually beat Ultraman. I'm not kidding, he beat him not to death. He was beating the living crap out of him with his tail, which is his main weapon. And Ultraman eventually was down. He was going to shoot him with a special ray, but Gomora got away. So in the next episode, he was still underground while everyone was trying to look for him. And eventually he popped up in the middle of the city, was being attacked, and the Science Patrol was able to blast off his tail. And they shot a tracker onto him so they could track him underground. So then eventually he appeared in front of Osaka Castle, and the Science Patrol was supposed to stop him before Gomora destroyed it, but he destroyed it anyway, because the army was no match for him. And then eventually Ultraman appeared, but earlier on he lost his beta capsule, Hayata, the guy who turns into Ultraman, and then he got it back and turned into Ultraman and ended up killing Gomora. And that's the end of his Showa history. And then again, as I said, he's appeared in many other series, but I'm not going to get to that. I'll get to that if I ever get the Ultraman Max version or something like that. But just to tell you that he's appeared in Mebius, Max, 80, all sorts of Ultraman Powered, of course. Yeah, many. But anyway, now that the history is done, I'll get to the figure. Now this is really accurate to detail on the figure. They just got all these wrinkles and ridges all nicely done. The back looks great. All of the chest is nice. The face looks great. Mine has a mess up on the eye, but I'll get to that later. Mouth looks gnarly. It's not open, unfortunately, but oh well. And if you can hear barking, those are my dogs. So just ignore that. Anyway, the head crest looks great. Nice sculpting there on the head. Everything just looks really nice. I don't really see a big issue. And I like how big his belly is, because his belly was pretty big in the Showa episode. So, yeah, pretty nice. Now let me get off on scaling. Since he fought this guy in the original series, Ultraman. Yeah, this looks pretty good. If not, Gomora should be a little bit bigger, but I think this is pretty accurate. Because Ultraman's 40 meters, and Gomora, I believe, is the same height, and Ultraman was always crouching, so yeah, I believe this is accurate. If not, again, Gomora should be a little bit bigger. Now let me show him compared to Final Wars Godzilla. Again, this is pretty accurate, since Godzilla is a pretty tall monster. This would work out pretty well. If not, a little bit bigger, but that's my opinion. I think it looks fine. And to show off what he eventually turns into in the that kaiju series, EX Gomora. Yeah, I'm just showing this off to show you the comparison. If you haven't seen my EX Gomora review, you should watch that, because I tell about the differences between them. So yeah. Now that it's done, I'm going to get onto articulation. The arms are basic 360. The legs move 362. Basic stuff. A little rough to move with these ridges on the tail, but the other leg moves the same. The tail moves 360, which is good, so it can do a digging scene underground. And of course, the head moves 360, which I like. So you can make him like look around. So yeah. Now onto paint job. This is the one from, again, the Monster series, so this one looks more like the Showa form, because in the original show he was like this brownish color, so this is pretty accurate. They also had this older release, which is a lot darker brown. I don't think that one is as accurate, personally. I think this one looks better, but that's my opinion. And then there's the one that was released with the Mebius pack, which has the same body mold, but has a different head sculpt. So I'll try and get my hands on that one, because that one looks pretty cool, because it has a mouth open, looks more fierce. Because the original Showa suit was a lot more lazy looking. But I think that's what I think of whenever I see Gomora. But again, for paint job, he's this really light brown. Looks really nice overall. Got this black highlight on the back of his body and onto the back of his tail. Now, as I was saying earlier, mine has this double eye. I don't know if you can see that, but they put one eye and then they put on another one. So he's like crying look, but I think it kind of looks cool. Kind of makes mine look more unique, because that's a pretty... doesn't always happen with a mess up. Yeah, the other eye is normal. And then you got this like tannish yellow color for the horn and the mouth horn, which was like that in the Showa form, and then on the newer suits it sticks out, which kind of looks weird. Same color as the horns on the toes. Well, these are the toes, not those, and the nails. And then this blackish color for the belly, the rough belly, and then red on the crest. So yeah, I think the paint job is really nice. Very accurate to the Showa. So, detail, I did detail, history, articulation, paint job, and sizing. So, yeah. So yeah, it's basically this figure. I didn't get the arcade game because I was kind of foolish. Because back then, I only bought on Amazon, which was like a year or two. Now I buy on eBay a lot more. But yeah, so I was like, oh my god, it's the last one this seller was having, so I had to buy him quickly, and I got this little beat up looking one, but I'm not too mad about it. So yeah, I missed out on the arcade card, but whatever. So this is the package you mainly get today with sellers. So overall, this is a really nice figure. Oops. The sizing works well. Mainly with Ultraman and some of the Godzilla, so that's a good thing. Detail's really nice. Articulation's pretty good. I mean, most of the parts you'd expect to move. Paint job is really nice, really accurate in my opinion to the Showa form. And overall, really nice figure. So I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 5 personally. I think he's overall really nice figure. I definitely recommend him. That's why a lot of people have him, is because he's a really nice figure. Yeah, just everything about him is really nice. If there is any flaw, it would probably be the sizing a bit, but that's not really an issue at all, personally. I think the sizing's great. So yeah, I definitely recommend this guy. He's pretty cheap since he is the newest Gomora that was released. I recommend him for about $12, $15, not over $20, because it's a little pushing it, but yeah. So that's Gomora. This is the Showa form. So again, 5 out of 5. I totally recommend him. And yeah, so stay tuned, guys, because I'm getting a bunch of figures, so that'll be my last big bunch for the summer. So, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys next time.